History is supposed to be one of the few things we can rely on. It's our record of what actually happened. Wars, elections, discoveries, disasters. We look back at it to understand the present and to make decisions about the future. But what happens when the record itself can be rewritten? Not slowly, not through decades of revision and debate, but instantly, at scale, and in ways that are almost impossible to detect. Artificial intelligence is getting very good at generating content. It can rewrite articles, create photographs that never existed, and generate footage of events that never happened. And that creates a serious problem because history is built on records. Documents, news reports, photographs, videos, eyewitness accounts, all of these are used to construct what we believe is true about the past. But if those records can be fabricated convincingly, then the foundation of history starts to crack. This isn't a distant hypothetical issue, it's already starting. AI models can generate realistic images of historical events in seconds. They can produce archival photos that look aged, detailed, and authentic. They can create fake news articles styled after real publications, complete with period-accurate language and formatting. AI doesn't just create new content, it can also rewrite existing content. It can alter documents, subtly change words, swap out images, and even modify video footage. A speech can be rewritten, a quote can be changed, a timeline can be shifted, and if those altered versions are what people see first, they often become what people believe. That's one of the most dangerous aspects of this technology. People tend to trust what they encounter early and repeatedly. If a false version of history spreads widely enough, it can override the truth in the public mind. In the past, rewriting history required control over institutions, governments, media organizations, education systems. It took significant power and time. AI removes a lot of those barriers. A small group or even a single individual can generate massive amounts of convincing content. Thousands of articles, hundreds of videos, entire networks of fake sources that all reference each other. If multiple sources appear to confirm the same story, people are more likely to accept it as true. AI can tailor content to specific audiences. That means different groups of people could be shown entirely different versions of historical events, each designed to align with their beliefs, biases, or expectations. Two people could search for the same event and come away with completely different understandings of what happened. Instead of a shared understanding of the past, there are multiple competing narratives, each reinforced by AI-generated content. As people become aware that AI can generate fake content, they may start to question everything. Real photos, real videos, real documents. This is sometimes called the liar's dividend. If anything can be faked, then anything can be denied. A real piece of evidence can be dismissed as AI generated. Genuine recording can be called a deepfake. The existence of fake content provides cover for those who want to reject real information. So not only can AI create false history, it can also undermine confidence in true history. There are already early signs of this happening. AI generated images have circulated online claiming to show historical moments that never occurred. Fake quotes have been attributed to well known figures. Fabricated documents have been shared as if they were real records. In many cases, these pieces of content spread quickly before being debunked, but the correction rarely reaches everyone who saw the original. And even when it does, the initial impression can stick. This is known as the continued influence effect. Once people accept a piece of information, it can be difficult to fully correct it, even with clear evidence. If AI generated content is mixed into archives, databases, and online records over time, it becomes harder to separate authentic information from fabricated material. Future researchers, students, and historians could be working with corrupted data sets, and if the source material is compromised, the conclusions drawn from it will also be compromised. This doesn't mean that all history will suddenly become unreliable. Professional historians, archivists, and institutions work to verify and preserve accurate recordings. But those systems are not designed for a world where synthetic content can be produced at this scale and realism. There's also a psychological element. People don't just consume information, they interpret it through their own perspectives. AI can exploit that by reinforcing narratives that people already want to believe. If a false version of history aligns with someone's worldview, they are more likely to accept it and share it. And once a narrative takes hold in a community, it can become very resistant to correction. Understanding that this technology exists and that it can be used to manipulate historical narratives is critical. For verification, rely on multiple independent, credible sources. Look for primary documents and check whether information is supported by established institutions or reputable experts. Question information without assuming that everything is false and maintain a balance between trust and doubt. Researchers are working on methods to detect AI generated content, watermark digital media, and verify authenticity. These tools can help, but they are part of an ongoing race. As detection improves, generation improves as well. This is not a problem with a simple solution, and it raises a deeper question. If the past can be altered, even just in perception, what does that mean for the future? Decisions are based on what people believe has happened before. If those beliefs are shaped by manipulated history, then the decisions built on them may be flawed. That's the real risk. Not just that history could be faked, but that people could act on that false history in ways that have real consequences. Artificial intelligence is an incredibly powerful tool. It has the potential to improve research, preserve records, and make information more accessible. But it also has the potential to distort reality at a level that hasn't been possible before. History has always been influenced by those who record it. Bias, perspective, and interpretation have always played a role. What's changing is the scale, speed, and believability of manipulation. For the first time, it's possible to generate entire layers of history that never existed and present them in a way that feels completely real. And if enough people accept those layers as truth, then in a practical sense, they become part of history. Thank you for watching, and remember, Floppy Tech loves you.